And we are live. Hey, you guys, we are live on YouTube and on Facebook. My page is public, so you guys, audience, will be able to see. For those that do not know who I am Shanice. I am an inspirational motivational speaker, and I'm also a life coach and author of Heal Soul Trauma, Healing from a Broken Soul. You can cop that over there at Amazon. And today we're coming for a part 2 of breaking generational trauma. If you tuned in last week, you already know it's a whole vibe this week. We had so much fun last week. We dropped so many jewels last week. So you already know you're in for a treat. I have again Shalisa Dixon and Derica World. Derica, say your last name. Say your last name.
It's Derica Rollins.
There you go, because I was going to say Rollins.
Girl, I'm so used to that.
I'm starting
to bother to
correct
correct
stuff. Anywho, we have been right. But we come alive again for the second week. So we are missing one powerhouse because she's under the weather. I pray she gets better. But we have Shalisa and Derica this week, so you already know it's going to be amazing. Ladies, go ahead, introduce yourself again for those that did not tune in last week. Shalisa, introduce yourself so we can start.
Hello, I am a mom of 2, and I also own 2 businesses currently. I have Exploring Little Minds LLC, which is a in-home childcare, and I also have Marie Customs, all things custom, that I partner with my daughter. I'm happy to be here.
And we are happy to have you. Derica, you have the floor.
Oh, she says.
Okay, I'm Derica Rollins. I am a mom of one little amazing girl who is my motivation for everything at this point. I am the owner of World Class Exchange LLC, the only Black-owned international relations company in the United States of America. And I'm from right here in Gary, Indiana, doing, big girl things globally.
Okay, that's it. Period. You are like, and she from Gary, and we from Gary. Why everybody got something negative to say about Gary? I wish I could turn my head, but I can't. But if you guys watched last week, we ended in talking about identity. So I wanted to start this week with talking about identity because I feel like it's very, very important for all moms. We breaking up. If we start breaking them too big, I'm just switch to my phone if for any reason. If I see like any lag. But we're starting off with talking about identity and the importance of knowing your identity, who you are as an individual, and also forming our kids' identity at a very young age. I was talking to my son's therapist, and me and her just was having a little conversation. I was just telling her a little of my backstory. And I told her, like, at 14, I started getting depressed and different things that people were saying to me. And she was like, she went off, she come back on. And she was saying to me, like, well, that time that she was forming your identity, that's at the age that everything was coming together. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. And it's all started making sense. I think I started being attacked by my family, started saying very, very crucial, mean things to me. And I was like really taking this information in. So I want you guys to understand when we are saying things to our kids, like, you need to, Shalisa just sent me this video, and I wish I could play it, y'all, but I can't. And it was this little girl, and this woman was saying, like, I wonder why teens stay inside their house. Stay inside their rooms all day. And the little girl came on, was like, because we're depressed. And Shalisa, elaborate on that a little bit more about the little girl talking about this video, because I want you guys to understand that our kids' identity is starting to get framed between ages from the time that they are born. Okay, so if we don't know who we are and we're not walking confidently in who we are, our kids are able to feel that, and they're able to feel our insecurities, they're able to feel our trauma, they're able to feel all that things. So what happened is they start acting out because of the stuff that we go through. So I want Shalisa to tag team on, because she sent me the video. So I want you to go in depth about the video that you sent me with the little girl talking about how so many kids is suffering from depression. And I want you guys to understand depression taints your identity. It tells you that you're something that you're actually not. So I want you to talk about that a little bit, Shalisa. And then Dorica, you can go after her.
Okay, so the video said was just about more so Black households and how as children they are not allowed to feel depressed. In a Black home, it's depress those dishes, depress that homework, and the parents don't allow them. They say, like, what you depressed for? You don't got to take care of bills. You don't got to worry about your well-being. I'm the one that take care of everything. So what you depressed for? Which there's a lot of depressed people with just growing up being Black. That's one thing, you know what I'm saying? And as a child, our parents don't allow us to feel how we feel when we want to feel. So the little girl was just basically going back on the experience of why a lot of children don't go outside to play, don't want to communicate with friends, and they're just in their room. She's in her room because she's depressed, and she can't come out of her room being depressed just to be tormented and talked about for feeling the way that she felt.
So basically desensitizing the way that she feels.
Right.
And I know when I came out and I told my story, and I was like, I've been depressed for so long. I mean, my family was like, depressed when? Just because I was walking around smiling all the time, I hid my depression well. Could nobody tell me? When I start telling people that I was depressed half of my life, people will look at me like I was just like, you got to be lying. You couldn't have been depressed because you was always smiling. You was always happy. But the thing was, I was so used to desensitizing my feelings and my emotions because I was always shut down on how I feel. So I covered and I weared my depression.
Become numb. Yeah, it's like you numb the pain.
Well,
like-
I wear it so well that when people found out I was depressed or I had suicidal thoughts, they would look at me like, how and when? Like, you never showed those type of emotions to us. And it wasn't the fact that I didn't show them to everybody. It was because simply I had to desensitize my emotions. I had to tell people that I was okay when I wasn't okay. I had to tell people that I was strong when I didn't feel strong, because I was afraid if I show them my weakness, then they're going to talk about me. If I show them my weakness, then I'm gonna be the talk of that everybody and their mama in my family gonna have something to say. So I couldn't show people that part of me that I wanted to share. Like, I wanted to share that I was feeling emotional. Excuse me. I wanted to share that my feelings was hurt. I wanted to share that I didn't feel a certain way. But for one, I did not have the capacity or the words to tell them what I was feeling, and I was afraid to do so. So Dorica, I want you to tag team that. How does that parents not knowing who they are and suffering from depression, how does that hinder the child to grow as the highest potential? Shalisa.
Oh, okay. So going back to that,
Dorica camera is messing up, so I'm gonna let Shalisa tag team, and then when she come back on, she'll talk about it.
Okay, so with the parents desensitizing the way a child feels, that's one of the key reasons why we have a lot of school shootings, kids not knowing how to express themselves, so they go straight to anger. Like she said, putting up a wall and wanting to be this strong person, that it gets to it just starts to boil like water stove. Once the water boils, it starts to boil over. They let all this anger and this trauma starts to take over them, and then they start to act out. This is why kids, we have so many suicides, kids killing themselves, because they have no one to talk to, no one to vent to, no one as their security, just to say, hey, mom, today I had a bad day at school. It was kids bullying. But then they going to school, they dealing with kids bullying on them. They going home, they dealing with their mom bullying them. Not saying that they bullying them purposely, but you telling them like not to feel, basically. Like, you're not depressed. Go in your room and clean your room up. Go in here and do this. Go wash the dishes. Go do your chores. They
or you're
They already got all this
You're
stuff.
Fine. You're fine. Go up and go.
Hey.
You're fine.
All this stuff going on in their head, and all you're doing is beating them up, basically. They like, dang, I can't even, tell you how I feel, mom. Like, this is why depression, and it continues through the bloodline. As she said, she dealt with depression when she was 14. Now her baby, sent a therapist, and he's, repeating some of the same things that she went through when she was 14. And then it's like, of course, it becomes a learned trait through your bloodline, because if your kid seeing you doing it, just like a relationship. Your kid constantly seeing you going through this bad relationships, toxic relationships, keep bouncing in our relationship. One man come, for the first 3 months, then another man the next 3 months. It becomes a learned trait. Then your baby don't even know how to, allow someone to love her. That's one, because her mom is allowed men to just come and go. You get what I'm saying? Everything, in your bloodline becomes a learned trait.
I'm sorry. You guys, I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna log off and